everyone, Fuzz here, and welcome back once again to our playthrough, walkthrough, thingy-majig, whatever you want to call it, of Final Fantasy VIII. This is the Steam version of the game, and we are basically just doing everything we can do in this game, including as much optional stuff as possible, and that includes all the exciting card hunting. I think in the last episode we got the Rinoa cards, so hopefully you're following along if you're playing with me. These videos have been helpful for you, and if they are, or if you're just sitting back having a good time, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the YouTube channel. That does enough support me. It really does enough. Okay, so today we're going to be cracking on with the story. That means that we're going to be doing what the game wants us to be doing rather than what we want to be doing. There's a subtle difference between those two things. And it's going to involve heading to the missile base here. So we're in control of Selphie and her party. One thing I would suggest is that you do follow exactly what I do precisely, because this location can affect your seed rank. But without any further ado, let's go on inside and see what's going down. And in we go. At this point, the game will take over for a cutscene. As we've come to expect by this point, of course, this is Final Fantasy. You will not play when we have cutscenes, it says to us. You will watch and learn. There we go, look. Looking quite dashing in our Galbadia uniforms. Good plan. Yet Selphie has the right attitude. Let's just blow this place up. So we can head on inside here. And we get a trusty save point, so make sure we use it. And look at that, 19 hours and 18 minutes we've been playing for now. What we need to do is examine this card reader here on the wall next to the left hand side door, and that will prompt this little bit of conversation. Fortunately, Irvine is on the case. Seems to have found some kind of credit card or something. But it did the job. And there's a soldier, which means that we get to make a choice here in dialogue. In all honesty, neither actually really matter. They don't affect your seed rank. So if you want to have the most positive response from your comrades, just choose walk by quietly, or you can act casual or try to sneak by. See, it didn't make a blind difference what we did. So we're just going to continue alongside this path here. And here we have a save point. So we can go ahead and save, because it's been a whole 2 minutes since we last saved. So it's so important we get to save again here. And which way do you think we should go? We go this way. This little secret hidden passageway with a big shiny yellow arrow point in the way. Grab some blind magics. can speak to these guys here. Get a bit of a scene for doing so. Okay, and now we're going to head back to the room we were just in with the stairs and the guards. And we're going to go and speak to these guys now. Need to head into the northern door. Oh, look, another save point, draw point. Full life, very nice, very nice. That's a magic that you can only see with the move find ability, obviously, so make sure you have that equipped. We want to tell them to go on ahead. Which is the top option, so make sure you select that. And I get the feeling we're like playing an MMO or something here, doing lots of pointless little quests. Go and speak to this guy for me. Now you go and speak back to this guy. Yeah. I got the gist of it all. Okay, and we're off again. But look, Safi doesn't mind because it does mean that we're getting to just kind of like infiltrate the place a little bit. And now we need to head back to that first soldier. You remember the one we tried to sneak past and failed so miserably at doing? And we can now head inside this room, which, by the way, I forgot to mention we couldn't before. There's a draw point here. It only contains Rizara, but if you want to get that, then by all means, be my guest. I won't stop you. And then we come to the controls. Right, and we can pretty much do whatever it is we want to do. It doesn't matter. Bang on it hard. Destroy everything. If in doubt, give it a clout. Oh, something seems to have happened. Right, so, as we leave the room here, we're going to be confronted by more soldiers. And this is where we have to start using the correct options of dialogue, because the wrong options will cause us to lose seed rank. So first we're going to try and talk our way out. And now we want to basically choose options that don't involve fighting. Must be your imagination. It's a mess in there. We don't want to do fighting, so we'll choose the second option. Just quickly grab a save since we've successfully done some stuff here. And we still can't access this door, can we? Nope. So we're going to head back down now. Ooh, don't want to go in there. Everywhere's got this weird yellow hue now that we've knocked the lights out, haven't they? I guess it's the emergency controls. The emergency power. And what we need to do is just head over here. There's a console, but first of all, we've got a little bit of a person to speak to, and again, we do not want to run away or fight. So we'll play it cool, and then we'll choose to help out. We are forced into the room with the soldier. Wow, that thing looks heavy. Maybe we can help them. Do as we're told, push whatever key it tells you to push. Once again, if you get like push B1 or B3 or whatever it might say, then you need to download, and you're using a controller such as the PlayStation 3 controller, PlayStation 4 controller or Xbox controller, then you need to download the mod which I've linked in the descriptions, and it replaces all your key maps with the ones that accurately represent what your controller has. So very useful indeed. Spam, spam, spam. Finger dying. And it's a good job that's over because my finger's just about dead now. Speak to the supervisor once more. Okay, don't forget to grab the full life if you haven't already. And now we're going to examine the control point here. Okay, so we come to this very complex computer screen. And our basic goal is to break it. And we can just have a play around with it, in all honesty, to start with. There's only one thing that we actually really need to do. What we ultimately want to do though is just head to the target here and set the error ratio. And we need to bump this up all the way to maximum, so just hold the right directional key down. As far as it'll go. And then you can upload the data. By the way, if you fail to push that all the way up to the maximum, then you'll get a game over screen later on, which isn't what you particularly want. Well, I'd imagine it isn't, maybe you do. But if you don't want to see game over, do what I've just done. And we can just exit now. Okay. We can speak to this guy here. And he's not going to let us in, which means we're going to have to do some sweet talking. Now, first thing you want to do before actually heading into here, I don't think we can go back to save, is sort your junctions out. And junction wise, you want to make sure you've got bio on your elemental attack, which is very useful. Stick some stuff on status defense, and most importantly is to put silence or pain on your status attack, since the main guy is going to be susceptible to that. And you can also put ice and lightning elemental spells on your junction defense, which will also be useful. Okay, so I'm just going to sort that out. Okay, and up we go. Now, this is a fight that we have to do, so it won't affect our seed rank, but just be prepared for it. Okay, so this is technically a boss, but it's not the hardest boss in the game. One thing you are going to have to watch out for is the magics that these guys do, especially the status attacks. So I do recommend that you get silence on the base leader as soon as possible, due to his ability to cast that confuse. But you're also going to want to kill these guys because they like to cast remedies, which is really flipping irritating. Fortunately, they're not at all challenging. So if we kill these, get that guy permanently silenced, then all that's left for us to do now is start drawing, and you're going to want to draw Confuse and Reflect probably. So get on that case and I'll be back with you once I've stocked up. Fortunately, that guy actually went down a lot easier than I expected him to. I tried to silence him with Rinoa's attack and he actually died, which meant I didn't get all the magics that I really wanted. But I got a few Confuses and we'll have opportunities to stock up again later on anyway. Okay, so back in control, we still can't exit down here, which means we need to first of all sort our junctions out once more. This time we want to set up lightning, water and earth elemental spells to our elemental attack, so I'll go ahead and do that. You may as well replace Mug as well, we won't be using it, and on your status attacks replace Silence with Slow. And then we just need to start hitting buttons. So we're heading to here now to find the control panel that we need to set the self-destruct. And now we're going to have to select a time limit. Anything higher than 10 minutes deducts our seed rank by 1. So that deducts by 1, by 2, by 3. So 10 minutes is going to be the aim. But also, if you select 10 minutes and this door opens, it doesn't if you select any of the other times. Okay, so we have access to this door. We just want to start heading out really as fast as we can. And we have a boss incoming, as you might expect, and it's quite a hard boss actually. First of all, because of the time limit, don't bother drawing, even though it's got some magics that you're going to want probably, like Stop, but don't bother with it, okay, because you're going to run out of time. Second of all, it hits like a truck, and its beam attack isn't blocked by Shell or Protect. And as you start doing damage to it, it starts spamming it and it can actually kill your characters quite quickly. And I wouldn't bother summoning Guardian Forces since they will take too long to cast. So this is another Mechano boss, a bit like the spider we fought in Dalit earlier on. And it's basically going to be a case of hitting it down as fast as possible, and you should be able to inflict it with Slow, which is why I suggested you replace your status attack with Slow. I don't expect Rinoa to survive this fight. And Stealth is going to be doing most of the damage. No, she's not. Oh, I must have put a flipping, what do you call it? thingamajig on her. In which case then, is this person who's this with now? We've got double. No, we're going to have to start doing magics, which is not the kind of thing I wanted to do. But there we go, you see. Sometimes you need to just sort yourself out. Just trying to, I haven't cast magic for so long, I'm trying to see who's got doubles and who hasn't. Okay. There goes one turret, so we need to destroy all 6. What did I give Southland? I'm trying to think what I might have put on it that meant that her attacks don't do any damage. It must have been lightning. So not lightning, poison. Oh, it's bio. I didn't take bio off, did I? Okay, yeah, there's a little tip for you. Take bio off. Still, we're getting through it bit by bit. It's really annoying because Sophie would be just basically just poning this thing if I'd have put Thunder Art or Thunder Guard onto her elemental attack. Which I meant to do. Of course. Right then, he's going to have to start doing a little bit more damage than he currently is. Go for some water action. Even though I'm having to improvise, I think we should still get through this fight. So I'm showing you a second best tactic here with spamming thunder magics. At least it's doing the job. Water's quite powerful as well, I believe, against this guy. So Vinoma's dead. I always expected that to be the case. So we're doing about 800 damage a turn now with Irvine here. Just under, perhaps. Looks like we've managed to wing our way through that battle with 4 minutes on the clock to go as well. To be honest, as soon as I saw that South attack was doing 0 and I realised that I'd left bio on here, I thought it was over. But anyway, we should be good to go now. We have to fight this team, but these are easy. These aren't like the last team we just fought with Confuse and everything. Just be kind of happy if they were kind enough to get through the dialogue so that we can make use of our time here. And we'll just go for attacks now. And we should have plenty of time once we've gone through this battle to run to the end, which is all that's left for us to do. I did want to resurrect Renova so that her Guardian Forces get the AP that they deserve. We get the weapons monthly for June as well. 4 AP, wow! Going out a bit there, isn't it? Oh, right, we can't do much. And after the excitement over at the missile base, the view is going to take us back to Squall and Party. And it looks like they've just made it back to the garden, to Balam Garden. Back home again. And interestingly, we can actually leave this place, which I am going to do because we just need to head back to the town for a moment. Now, hopefully you've been following my walkthrough, and if you have, you'll know that I told you to send the Queen of Cards back here to Balam, and this is why, because now she's here. And the reason we want to come here at this moment is because before we actually go into the garden itself, we want to just make sure her trade rule is set to all. So we just want to check that with her. And again, to change the rules, we just need to see the trade rule is set to whatever it is, in this case direct. We speak to her a few times until that changes to all. There we go. And that's all we need to do. We can still abolish rules and that, but for now we just want to make sure that her trade rule is set to all. And with that done, we can basically head back to the garden and see what exciting stuff's going on down there. So for now, guys, I'm going to finish off the episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. And as always, please don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and come back next time as we continue on with Final Fantasy VIII. See you soon, guys. Take care.